I'm a Diamond Beachbody coach. My name's Anna Zobel, and I'm going to share with you my number one tip to of how to lose weight, how to make a healthy lifestyle, and basically my number one tip for success in all of those areas. So, first of all, the reason why I might be able to give you some advice is that I have gone through this process. I have lost over 40 pounds and over 40 inches all over through lots of exercise and changing my eating habits. I did it the healthy way. And if you want to learn more about that, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and find me on Facebook, and I can tell you a little bit more about my story. But I did all of that while working 2 night shift jobs at a time and getting my master's degree. So I want you guys to know that even if you're busy, you can still do this. So I'm going to give you the tips, the little steps of how to do this. So the number one key to success is habits. And I know some of you are going to turn off the video right now. You've heard all this before, you know, right? But I want you to know that if you don't have these habits, you're going to always struggle. The thing is that our brains and our bodies like routines. They like to have things that are repetitive, that we do every day. Just look at your life right now. If you're living an unhealthy life, you have habits. You know, you eat the same things about every week. You eat about the same things. You do the same things every day. Your body has its own little routine. You have your own little routine of what you do when you get up, what you do when you go to bed, how much TV you watch. All of those things are already habits. So don't think that this is some dumb thing that doesn't really work or whatever. It's already working in your life, and it's just working against you. And so, basically, what you need to do, the steps are, first, you need to decide which habits you want to start. Now, if you have bad habits, don't try to undo the bad habits. Just replace them completely with good habits. So decide which, and I encourage you to do 1 or 2 small steps at a time and really stick to those. So, and that's step number 2 is I encourage people to start doing, don't make some huge plan. Plans help, but I would say go ahead and start doing it. And my next step is to schedule, to make that plan as you're doing it. Just get up, decide, get up in the morning and work out. And then the planning part is make sure you schedule it in your day. And I know that's hard. Like I said, I worked night shifts. It's really hard. I did P90X while working night shifts. I'd work a 12-hour night shift, and then I would come home and do that hour-long workout. And sometimes I would fall asleep on the floor during the stretch at the end. And I'd wake up 3 hours later and be like, oh, I guess I better go to bed. But I always decided the day before, am I going to do it before work or after work? And then even if it was right before work and I was going to be late, I would still turn on the video and I'd still do at least the first couple of moves just to keep that habit going. So that's my next tip, is within that doing it, scheduling it, make sure that you don't expect perfection. A lot of people won't even start their new habits because they're like, oh, I won't be able to do it perfectly. So I want you to start even if you can't do it. I'm doing P90X3 right now. I still can't do pull-ups. And I literally would put my leg way up on this bar and help myself pull up, and then I would still just struggle. But I still got results from that, even doing it imperfectly. So, and then my last tip is do it again and again and again. So even if you don't do it perfectly, even if you miss a day, keep going. So if you're, so that's part of my story, is that my first thing was that I was just going to do the workouts. Even if I couldn't, do all of the diet changes at once, I was at least going to do 6 days a week of P90X. and I did it. And like I said, some of the days I only did half the video. Some of the days I fell asleep during the video. Some of the days, you know, I was doing push-ups where you like just barely are moving your arms because I couldn't do it. But you keep doing it until it becomes a routine in your brain and in your body. And it gets easier, not because the thing gets easier, but because you get stronger and you get better at doing it. So I encourage you to start with one of those, either exercise or some sort of diet change, like adding more fruits and vegetables. Another really good one, by the way, is keeping track of all of your foods. That was the next step that I did. And you can use pen and paper, or I really like the app MyFitnessPal because it puts in the calories for you. And I encourage you, again, when you're starting to track your food, don't worry about perfection. It's the habit that you need. And so when I started tracking my food, I gave myself permission to not be perfect. I gave myself permission to have a second piece of chocolate cake if I wanted it, but I told myself I just had to write it down. But even just that process of being mindful of what I was eating and mindful of the portion sizes helped me lose another 20 pounds with the working out. I had added it on. And that's another tip that I've heard from other things is if you're going to make a habit, add it on to other things you already do. Like people that drop their kids off at school, you know, you drop your kids off and then you add on, and I'm going to walk around the school, or I'm going to go to the gym right then, or, you know, that kind of thing. And so for me, I added it on to my morning routine. When I was working night shift, it was my afternoon routine. I would wake up, do my workout, and then drink my Shakeology for breakfast, and then get ready for work. So it's part of my routine now, and it's worked for my friends too. My other friend that's in my Beachbody Challenge, she said every morning she would try to decide, oh, should I get up and work out or not? And just that process of decision making, you're staying in bed and you're not getting it done. So now that she's committed and she's started working out, and she's on day like 70 or so, she said now when it was the rest day of her workout videos, she actually found herself waking up and have her drink ready to go, and then realize that it's the rest day, and she had done that routine without having to think about it. So that's where you want to get, is to where it's your habit, it's your routine, that no matter what, you're going to at least do some of it, even if it's not perfect, and then you can tweak things later on. So my call to action for you is to decide one small change that you're going to make your life healthier. And whether that's eating better or exercising, or maybe even just treating yourself better. I'm really big into mental health too. You have to be nice to yourself in the process. So decide that one small change that you're going to do, and post below what your small change is going to be so that I can support you in that. And then if you like this video, make sure you like it, make sure you share it with your friends, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel. And you can also click on the link below to have me be your free Beachbody coach. And I put out a lot more content like this, so make sure you get on that list. I will talk to you later.